You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And welcome to this week's edition of The Mountain Gardener. Your host, Ken Lain, here every week talking about the landscapes of northern Arizona. And what a week we've had. I got to tell you, I was measuring the weather gauge on top of my house, and we've had over 2 inches of rain this month. So November can be a wet month. In fact, it's one of the few months where I've actually been snowmobiling through town on Thanksgiving weekend. Yes, that was back in the 80s or whatever. It's been a lot of years, but it happens. When it hits, it has a lot. And when it doesn't, it goes dry. What this does for us, moisture, the cool weather. I was just planting a flamingo box elder. This is a beautiful white tree. A box elder is a native tree that grows wild here. This is a new variety that's got white foliage with pink highlights. It's quite striking. And the fall color is amazing reds and oranges. So wanted one in the yard, help it plant it. The shovel went into the soil like butter. Oh my goodness. It was so good. It was actually moist. It was easy digging. It went in, and what normally would take a jackhammer and hours took, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It was so nice. That's the beauty of planting now. Plants love coolness during the day. There's some warmth left in the soil from this past summer and early fall. And so the roots, they literally start rooting out. They'll send off 6 to 12 inches of roots between now and the end of the year. They'll take a little break in January and then just ignite with new growth, new root growth, and followed by top growth starting sometime after Valentine's. So it's such a good time to plant right now, especially your bigger things, bigger spruce, bigger fir. If you want a new row of Arizona cypress, Deodar cedars, blocking junipers, ground covers for where that water was washing away your riprap. That's the rock that they stack up on top of each other. The common name for riprap is ankle buster, but it's good at holding soil back. But a plant will do it way better. And so it's a good time to plant those creeping or spreading junipers and cotoneasters, euonymus. If you're planting now, and you're good. So you folks this is really for you folks from California, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tucson, the desert folks. Oh no, it's below 60 degrees. I can't plant anymore. That's totally not true. Totally not true. You can definitely do it. It's the best time to be planting bigger things, evergreen things. It is absolutely ideal. A new, for this box elder flamingo, it's a deciduous tree. That is, it loses its leaves. In fact, it didn't have any leaves when we planted it, but we don't care. We're after the root growth, which sets the stage for next spring's top growth. And so if you're planting now, make sure you're doing all the stuff right. Don't take any shortcuts. Pull all the rocks out of the soil. Amend some mulch in with the soil. Keep it from compacting. Keep it from turning to clay again. So help it out. Water it in deeply. I mean, right down through all the soil bands. Even if the soil is moist already, water it some more. Really hydrate the root ball and the surrounding soil. Overkill. And then hold off on watering more. And here's the reason why, because you can overwater right now. The soil doesn't dry out, which is why the plants like it so much. It just stays moist. They put those roots out. They just start searching around for the surrounding soil. But you can't let it go and ignore it if you're planting now. You can't just go indoors for 3 months, bake cookies, pass out presents, celebrate the new year, come back, and next spring it'll be alive. You must water at least 2 times a month. If you're doing that, you are going to have great success. But Ken, my landscaper turned off my irrigation. Well, that's okay. You know what your grandparents did before we had computers and drip systems? They took the hose out and they watered things, or they put watering cans, one in each hand. They just walked the water out and just watered it by hand. So there's other ways to get water to things. It doesn't have to rely just on your drip system. So make sure you're watering. I mean, I highly encourage planting out. They're such great success, especially if you've got a big screen, windbreak, privacy. You want to block off those headlights coming into your living room. Now is the absolute prime time because you're getting the roots, and you'll get more growth next spring if you do that. You'll get twice the plant than if you were to wait. So good time to do it. The soil was just so easy to work with. I was stunned. I was surprised. I had planted something 2 months prior, crabapple and some other stuff, and it was killer. Oh, the ground was so crusty and hard. It was a pain. Now it's not that way. So it's okay. If you're seeing damage in your yard from the frost, so some of us have seen frost. I'm starting to position things around. It was a flash frost. It wasn't a freeze, but I was seeing tinges of black. Looks like someone took a Bic lighter to the end of the foliage. That's frost damage, especially on tropical plants. So your summer plants, I just can't believe I have tomatoes left. That's crazy. And they're not growing. I'm going to pick them all, but they're that's usually the end of October. They're vaporized because they're a tropical plant. They turn to black mush. So you pull those things up. Don't expect them to get through winter. Not unless you take them to a greenhouse or protect them some way that way. But we're definitely transitioning right now to our winter mode. And we should. I mean, we got the holidays coming up. I'm tired of picking tomatoes. I can't eat any more. If I had one more pepper, I mean, what do you do with hundreds of peppers? Just crazy how productive they were this year. It's really great. I can tell you right now, something that I did last winter, whenever I had a broken bag or any kind of poked hole or anything with the manure bags, if there was any damage, I took it home and I doubled down, I tripled down on the manure in that section of the garden. And wow, what a difference. And I put it in early. I didn't wait until spring to do that. I did it as the bag opened. I went, okay, I'm going to take this one bag down to the back. It's like 2 stories to the backyard. It's like, it's so far back there, but one bag at a time, not so bad. So one bag, I don't know, a couple bags a week. I'd go add some down there. By the time I got done, I probably had 10 or 12 bags of extra barnyard manure. It's deodorized manure. What a game changer. So last year I had good growth, good production, but this year it was like double down. It was feeding off of that. The reason I did it in winter instead of spring is I had time to just sit there and percolate, and had a couple snowstorms, some water to break it down. It just permeated into the garden soil. Then I turned it all under, planted my tomatoes, my peppers, squash, watermelons, and whoa, they just took off. I just harvested before this last storm my loofah squash. It's like a pumpkin looking thing. That thing went crazy. It had to be 50 feet across. It was climbing up into the juniper tree. I mean, I didn't know they were that aggressive. My goodness. It was like, I'm just going to take over this whole tree. And loofahs, which is a elongated, it looks like a zucchini, only you let them dry. And as they dry, you skin them, and then you take the seeds out, and then you get this porous loofah thing. You can grow your own loofahs. It's super. It's like a sponge, like a scrapey sponge. Anyway, I'm going to give them as gifts or do something. I'll do something fun with them. I got like 20 of them. I don't know what you do with 20 loofahs, but man, that manure made everything grow like crazy. Try that. If you're struggling at all, add some. The soil gets used up, and it loses its vigor. And manure is the thing you give it early on before you're planting. to really revitalize those gardens. Got a lot in store for you, but Lisa Watters Lain is coming in for your garden questions right after this. Watters garden companion plants for November are flowering pear, English ivy, camellias, and Vanderwolf pine.
Vanderwolf is related to Arizona pines with fluffy foliage.
It's remarkably resilient in dry Arizona soils.
Makes a graceful specimen in yards or expansive estate landscapes.
This distinctive pine, long, twisted, silver blue needles covering the dense branches.
Carefree and easy to grow.
Shop by store or online at wattersgardencenter.com. And back with Lisa Watters Lain. She's in the studio. She comes each week with your garden questions. Just what are people asking, talking about out in the gardens, in your neighborhoods? And if we can share that to maybe gain some insight, some knowledge, that's what this segment's all about. So welcome back, Lisa.
Thank you.
My favorite gal. You're enjoying those. We're going off, I guess, to enjoy those grandkids, Thanksgiving, the holidays, the turkeys, the hams, the yams, the broccoli casserole at the Watters house. There's an old family recipe that just every gathering is board games
It's required.
A lot of board games and broccoli casserole.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I haven't seen some of the grands in quite a while, so this will be fun to get to go see them.
So what do your grandkids call you?
They call me Yaya.
Yaya. And why do they call you Yaya? Is that a family name or?
Well, all the good ones were taken. So my mom is Nana, your stepmom was Mimi, and then there was Mama. And it's like, what's left? There was kind of Opa, which is German, which could have worked.
Yeah.
Or Oma. And maybe it's Oma. And then
that shows you how German we are. None. That Irish gene coming through.
Yeah. So we just kind of went with Yaya. It's more Greek.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm not saying it correctly. I'm sure if a Greek person
all
would
of our
hear
Greek
it,
friends, we apologize. But we adopted the name for us, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
It's Greek with an Irish twist.
If I could go back, I would go Gigi.
Oh.
But I can't go back. I mean, our oldest grandchild's 12. There's no going back at this point. So Yaya works. They all use it.
You know what I find? It's easy for very young first vocabularies. Yeah, so easy for kids to get. It's like it just kind of
Papa, Mama,
just kind of comes.
And then they call me the great and powerful Ya.
Great Ya. Yeah. We won't go down that path or that probably isn't as good over the airwaves as
probably not. But I like it.
So the holidays are great with the Lanes and Loud kind of go together. We love getting together. We love each other. We love hanging out with each other, and not just on our cell phones. We actually like playing games and swimming and activity and ice skating and going hiking around. And we love being with each other and being loud.
Yes, it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Garden questions. Do we have anything going on that's super interesting and challenging? That'd be great.
Well, I do. Okay, here's a challenging one for you. These are always this nature is weird kind of thing. Lauren lives out in Chino. They have 3 deodar cedars that they've had in the ground just over 2 years. Yeah. 2 look fabulous. They're beautiful. Yeah. One of them, half of this one side of the tree is browning out.
Gotcha.
Needles are crispy. They're falling off.
Yeah.
The other half, if you looked at it from one side, it's beautiful.
Hopefully it's a side you get from the side patio or from the back deck or whatever.
Right. But wants to know, what do you think's causing that?
Yeah.
Is there any hope for it coming back from that?
Good. So you'll find plants often are stress on one side. This is not just deodar cedar. It's just plants in general. Stress on one side, healthy on the other. That is directly a root issue. So something's going on in the soil that's causing that to happen. And the roots on that side can't feed that side of the plant as well as the other side that looks so good. Mm-hmm. So what causes that? Well, bugs, for one, grubs, gophers. So pocket gophers can eat some roots on it. Mm-hmm. Anything that's affecting eating, structurally changing the roots of that plant where it can't feed that part of the plant as well can cause it. So number one thing I'd look at is grubs. Yeah. There's a little white worm that gets in there, and you dig a test hole around the side. If you see one little white worm, that's it. come in right away before it kills the plant or spreads to your others and get some grub killer. Very easy to control. You sprinkle it on, water it in, your problems are all gone. The plants will come out next spring and thrive. Okay, if it's not that, gophers, if you see mounds of dirt around the root ball, this is an underground rat called a pocket gopher that eats the roots of your plants. So they're not good. They deserve to die. Get rid of them. Trap them, bait them, smoke them. Otherwise, destroy them. Don't let them or their heirs come anywhere close to your deodar cedars. That's a problem. When you're treating your plants, don't just treat the one. These things can easily spread down the line. So you want to treat all 3 of your deodar cedars, not just one. Lauren, please come talk to us. Then what do we get into? We get into the weird. As you said, nature is weird. Could be a soil. Something's going on with the soil. It doesn't perk as well. There's a rock shelf there. The contractor buried some trash that's some concrete or something that's leaching out some alkalinity. Something funky is going on underneath the ground that's affecting that side of the roots that are not allowing the roots to grow and thrive like they were. Okay, what do you do? No matter what you do, here's 2 things you want to do right away. One, humic acid, Humic, humic. It's a granular product. It looks like mocha. It looks like coffee grounds. You sprinkle it underneath the roots, and it helps feed the roots so the plants want to root more into the surrounding soil. That's going to help you. They're still rooting now through the end of the year, and it's going to set the stage for new root growth. They'll start rooting again sometime in March, into February, March. And so encourage more roots. Humic helps with that. And then fertilize. You're going to need to fertilize, use all-purpose plant food. We make a specific organic just for evergreens. It'll thrive with that. So all-purpose plant food is a granular or organic food. It's got cottonseed meals and bird guano. It's going to help it elongate, grow new growth next spring. So you're putting the food on now and again in March. In fact, I do both, humic and all-purpose food now and in March. And then pray for it, nurture it, play it Mozart, do all that gardener stuff we do to help it grow for next spring's growth. And my guess is if you do a couple, if you're engaged, you're out there, you're looking at it, you know it's stressed, and you're looking at those plants, they're going to recover and be just fine. Is it going to be kind of weird for a season or 2 as it tries to regrow and calibrate for this tree? Yeah, it might be a year or 2. But I think if you set the stage right now for next spring's growth, you can easily recover pretty quick. But something's stressing out that plant at the root level. You're seeing it. Start with grubs. Start with pocket gophers out in Chino Valley. It's like gopher heaven out there. Don't let them eat your roots. Come in and we can show you how to get rid of them. And then go to baiting. No matter what, humic and food will help it kind of recover next spring.
Okay.
There you go.
So Rob has a question. He's considering putting in using a living tree this year for Christmas.
Yeah, good idea.
He wants to know what are the key points he needs to keep in mind as he considers a living tree.
Well, first of all, get a living tree that looks like a Christmas tree because you're going to use it for the holidays. You said holiday, that's fine. Yeah. And get one that's for here. So you're going to see holiday plants everywhere spewed out, especially the mass merchants. Man, they're going to get a Phoenix tree up here, greenhouse grown tree, one that's only meant to be for a house plant. I'm assuming this is going out in the yard. So get spruce, junipers, cypress, cedars, firs. Come talk to us. Get the right variety that's hardened off, that's acclimated for here. Use it the way you want. We say keep it outdoors until a week prior. If you're going to use it as a physical tree, put presents under it indoors. Don't keep it indoors too long. These are outdoor plants. So keep it in for about a week and bring it back outdoors and then plant it after Christmas. So January, whatever, it will be fine. And then plant it. You go ahead and dig the hole twice as wide, same depth. We got a planting guide that gets some mulch. You're going to water it a couple times a month. Do all that kind of stuff, and then it will live for decades and decades. It'll outlive you and I easily out into the future. But spruce, Colorado spruce is #1 seller because it looks like a Christmas tree. Actually, spruce is #1 most popular house or holiday plant. Alberta spruce is a cuter, smaller one. It's the number one seller, mainly because spring, it's just like we can't keep them in stock for container plants as a foundation kind of plant. They'll do great now too, tabletops, that kind of stuff. So come see us. We can show you how. We got a handout on how to do it.
Has a few more
kind of
hints
stuff.
on it too.
Yeah, we can give you an insider tip. We got families that have dozens. They've been doing this for years with success, and you can too. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back right after this.
Grow extraordinary succulents and cactus indoors.
Water succulents are easy with lots of shapes, sizes, and colors.
Whether you're looking for a small cactus for an office desk or a huge statement succulent in your living room, we have the perfect plant.
But what are you waiting for? Extraordinary succulents and cactus await you at Watters.
Visit Watters Garden Center in Prescott today or wattersgardencenter.com to find the perfect succulent for your home and office.
So I have been telling my team, this team at Watters Garden Center here, just because I'm frustrated by the lack of customer service you find anywhere. And so I said, okay, we're gonna gain market share. We're going to really be exceptional at customer service, treating people with respect like they're our neighbors. We're going to make sure they don't make a mistake. They're going to get the right plant. And when they don't, we're going to help them get the right, you figure it out and get them another one. And so we've been on this mantra since really the pandemic. So it's been 5 years and it's working. So our sales are going up. I mean, all the metrics, retail, they say, oh, Ken, I feel so bad for you taking on the big orange and blue boxes, the Marts, the Amazons. How do you even, I'd hate to even go to work. I think it's the most exciting thing ever because customer service died over there and we're giving back and when you're treating your neighbors like you'd want to be treated yourself, I think that's biblical. That's like the way it's meant to be. America was founded on that. And customer service is the lack of customer service is the lack of that. And so I had to fill a prescription at my doctor's. It's not something terrible. I mean, it's just a basic, something that everyone is on. And I just ran out. And the doctor said, well, I can't get that one. I got to get another one. I said, well, call it in. Well, I can't. I'm going, well, why not? You have to go over there. I call the doctor and they don't pick up their phones. To change your schedule, press 1. To change your prescription, press 2. Oh, leave a message. Click. Call back. And message 3 is everything else. Let me try that. Click. It just goes, our hours are click. So I emailed them. Of course, it's a mass email, I won't call the doctor out, but I have a feeling they're not the only one. When you have too much business, you don't have to have customer service. You just have to open your doors and ignore everything else. Kind of frustrating. So I called them twice, emailed them at 2 different emails, and then I ran over there, talked to them face to face. That seems to work. And then they went, well, I'll text personally the doctor on your behalf and let them know. And it worked by evening after dinner. They actually texted back or called, not the doctor, someone else, just said, hey, we got it filled for you. And we went over, and I just don't understand how it can be that difficult just to talk. Talking to someone is no good. Let me tell you my Verizon story. Verizon, I've been with them for 20 years. When did Sprint go away? I was with Sprint for years. So it's been 20 years at least. I've got a corporate plan. We're talking lots of phones, lots of watches, lots of tablets. My life works off of Verizon, not for much longer. Now I'm switching to off that dog as soon as I can. As soon as Thanksgiving's over, I'm out of here. So I just wanted to add one bill that I get one phone and a watch over to my corporate plan. So I condensed billing. That's all I needed. I got this litany of all these different products. I just needed my personal, I own the company. I could not get it. I spent 3 hours one event, 2 hours the next, 3 hours of the I've spent over 8 hours trying to get this one thing done. It's mind blowing. It's just not hard. I didn't want a rebate, didn't want a new phone. I just wanted to condense my billing. That's all I wanted. Oh my gosh. The personnel was awesome. We were talking Prescottonians, they're neighbors, they're helpful, but you're only as good as the company that backs you up. Or what I found, the Asian call center that backs up the folks in the front line. They could barely understand what they're saying. They're very helpful, friendly, not helpful. Man, Verizon bites. I can't believe they were that bad at customer service. They were almost belligerent. I mean, no, not almost. They were belligerent. They were putting up more hurdles, more problems. They made more whirlwind with this thing than was even needed to happen because customer service died. It died during the pandemic. I think all this AI overlay is kind of the dagger driving the wooden stake through the heart of customer service. It hurts me. I'm a consumer. Like, man, I travel the world. I know what great service is. I stay at great places. I've got certain airlines I will not touch. And I've got some that I prefer. And I use those. I will pay extra for those because I know they're going to back me up and keep me going. Sticks, rental car. I will never rent from them again. Every little scratch, if a leaf falls on the hood, you are charged $500 for that. Every little possible thing. And so 2 of the last 4 times they found something. They're going to think it's a revenue source. I'm going to find something wrong with this vehicle. If you sat on it wrong or did anything, I'm going to go with Hertz, Avis, anyone besides Sticks. SIXT, I believe. I've rented them in Europe. I've rented them here. I don't rent a lot, but 4 or 5 times a year, I spend $2-3 grand with them. Never again am I going to touch them. They're great cars, great customer service, but boy, do they ever nickel and dime you to death. So they lead you in with a good price and then they jack it up on you. Oh, Sticks, Verizon, stay away from. I'm jumping ship with Verizon. That's a $10,000. I'm leaving. I can't take this anymore. I know it wasn't garden related, but I feel better. Thanks for letting me vent on you or with you or for you, or I don't know. Sorry. Normally I don't put anyone down. I just go, they're knuckleheads. I'll get their due. Not this time. Dang it. I'll be right back with real garden conversation after this. Watters Garden companion plants for November are Vanderwolf pine, flowering pear, English ivy, and camellias.
Ice Angel camellias produce amazing 3-inch rosy blossoms with petals that radiate out from the center of.
Camellias deserve front yard status or admired on a patio or deck.
Well adapted to acidic soils beneath oaks, native junipers, and maples.
Loves shade gardens, containers, and raised beds.
Shop in-store or online at wattersgardencenter.com.
We are back with Lisa Watters Lain in the studio. We give this entire segment, I'd give the whole show to you. I'd love to share this little booth with you, my favorite gal, for the entire hour if I could. But we give her this segment specifically so I could rope her into coming in and sharing.
I don't have enough words to do the whole.
Can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. I like talking. My mom gave me a Mr. Microphone when I was a kid, and I've liked one ever since.
That is
and
true.
The more people that are tuned in, the bigger the audience. The more power. It's a sickness, actually. Most people, their number one fear of is death. But what trumps that is even, I can't say Trump anymore. What's even more frightful is speaking in front of audiences or people. Mm-hmm. No, I like that.
You are a great speaker, and
Thank you.
You love words and you love to use words.
I like to play with. I
whether
study
you're
words.
Writing, whether you're speaking.
As a kid, I really liked encyclopedias. We had that Britannica. They bought us one of those, and I would just go through, sit down the hallway, which where it was, turn the light on, and just thumb through it and learn stuff. And then I really, really liked dictionaries.
Oh yeah.
I love thesaurus if you really get into it. But what does a word mean? Where does it come from? How to use it? I still get an app that tells me a word a day, which is a freaky new word. And where it came from is from the Middle Ages, from 1642. It came from the French, Latin, or Greek, whatever.
It's crazy.
I like studying that.
I do too.
And how to use
I've
them.
always liked dictionaries and encyclopedias, but I guess kids nowadays, they just do it on their phone.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
Now they got apps. They go, I want to learn German. It goes, okay, here's a word in German today. Do this.
There you go.
It's actually easier today than ever before, but you don't get that feel of that heavy encyclopedia pictures.
Plus, I think we just got, I mean, we had 3 channels, ABC, NBC, and CBS. And, you just didn't have all the other sources coming at you that kids today have.
Yeah.
So you could spend 30 minutes, an hour on the floor with a dictionary.
I heard a stat today, I think on NPR or something, that said the average child, I think Gen Z or Y, or whatever they are today, whatever the under,
We're out of
teenage,
alphabet.
and they've been tucked in, they've been plugged in so much, they've never gone without technology.
Mm-hmm.
On average, they spend over 6 hours a day on screen time. That could be a phone, could be a TV, could be a
computer,
an iPad or whatever. But 6 hours, when is that a
Wow.
long time or is it not? I don't know. Seems like a long time.
I don't think we even did that on a Saturday morning
Yeah.
when we could watch all the cartoons.
Your brain will rot if you sit there, and you'll lose you'll need glasses if you watch a TV too long. Those are things
Kids
not
these
true.
days.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what our parents
It's
did
just-
to us.
They did. But, we can't be Luddites. Times are a-changing.
Right.
And the only thing we can do is help our kids adjust to that.
You know what I think we should do?
Garden more.
We should all garden more. That's right.
Ken's answered everything.
That's right.
Garden
I
more,
think there's
which
therapy
isn't
to it.
bad. Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. Get your kids out there and have them, your grandkids, your kids. Have them
You want
garden
to
with you.
connect with the next generation?
Yeah.
Garden with them.
Mhm.
They are into it. And go archaeology, rocks, looking for lizards. I mean, just that's all the being outdoors.
Yeah.
It's great.
I agree. So speaking of being outdoors, so as I've said before, I walk the neighborhoods a lot. So I'm out seeing a lot of people's houses, and I'm just seeing something. I mean, our neighborhood is maybe 25 years old.
It's developed. There's no more
Yeah.
infield kind of homes. It's
Mhm.
all built out.
And some of the homes have been there, I'd probably say 25, maybe 30 years.
Yeah, ours is a 2002 is when ours
Yeah.
was built, something like that. So 2000s and on.
Right. But some of these homes have never changed their landscaping
know.
in the whole time that
I
they've
know.
been there. And I think it is so worthwhile to take a fresh look at your house and go, man, nobody uses railroad timbers anymore.
I know.
Don't use those. Get
Yeah.
them out of your
In fact,
yard.
you can't use them. They don't make them anymore. Get rid of them and replace them with block or
Because
something.
by now, most of them are falling apart. They
right.
they look dated. They look bad. They make your house look dated.
Yeah.
There's some things like that you just kind of go, ew, just take care of that. The other thing I see a lot of is a tree that's just either ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, it is ugly. There's nothing you're going to do to make this tree pretty. And it's just sitting there in the yard. It's either half dead or it's just kind of really struggled. It's just not a beautiful tree.
A chainsaw for Christmas. That's
Yes.
going to be your friend.
And I think some of it, it's that whole we don't see it because we see it every day. That's why I think sometimes just taking a fresh look at your house or standing out front and taking a picture and then looking at the picture of it can show you a lot. But I see a lot of really
Or just talk to Lisa. She's walking the dogs in front of your house. No,
I'll be happy.
we're not talking about our neighbors.
No.
Just our neighborhood.
I'll be happy to tell you what to do here. But just get rid of those really ugly dead trees. They don't need to be there. They don't bring anything to the yard. They're just bleh.
One that gets me is old overgrown roses. They're way too big, gnarly, big old, and then way overgrown Russian sage.
Yeah.
This big purpley thing. It becomes a weed after a while. They need to be replaced every 7-10 years or so. You need to remodel more often.
You know what else I see a lot of is like ground covered junipers.
Yeah.
That have half of it's died off, or it's just
overgrown.
really, nobody's paid attention to it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Watered or fertilized it, and you just look at it and go, ooh, do something with that.
At a friend of mine at Rotary or someplace this week, a friend of mine, I forget where, this really close friend, said, "Oh, my junipers are too large. I want to cut them. I want to get them back to size. If they were in front of their house, they're now blocking the front entrance. They're maybe chest high. They want them down to hip high or a little lower. Can I do that?" And I went, "I don't think so, but because once you cut them back that much, they get real woody and twiggy, and you can see the inside, and they just look butchered.
Yeah.
And juniper, they don't recover at that point.
No,
really, you need to start over and put a new set, get another 20 years. I think they had said they'd been in for 20 years. anyway.
Definitely time to start over sometimes. The other thing I see a lot of, especially right now, is just weeds still in the yard. I mean, now is a great time to take care of them, whether you yank them out, just get them under control. Also put in some weed and grass stopper. Get that down so that prevents the seeds from germinating. You don't get all that seed growing up. I get it. It's exhausting to get out there in your yard sometime, or you just don't have time. But if you can do things that are preventative, like the weed and grass stopper, that stuff is amazing. If you use it correctly and properly, I mean, we rarely pull weeds out of our yard.
Because we're putting it down before the weeds come up. So you're putting down weed and grass stopper. I mean, I will pay almost any amount for product if it prevents me from having to work out there. I don't have to hire someone to do it for me. I can do it myself. And weed and grass stopper is one of those. It's granular. You spread it out there, and it will get rid of foxtail and dandelion. Those are the two big winter weeds. They are starting to come up, or they will be up the next snow or rain event. You're going to have those two weeds because they love the winter. And so they're nasty weeds that you can't just spray now. Now you have to physically pull them to get them out because it's winter. Sprays don't work. And so in the summer, that you put it down again right at the rains, it'll keep tumbleweed and horehound and goat head. It's a nasty one. Keep them from coming up. You just won't have weeds.
Save yourself a ton of work, and it just makes your yard look so much nicer. It makes your neighbors happier. We all want that.
I don't know about that.
It does, because they're not looking at the weeds.
If we're your neighbors, makes us happier. Yes,
our neighbors are very good.
We got great neighbors.
The other thing I see a lot of, which really dates a yard, is the whiskey barrels. Remember when whiskey barrels, the wood barrels were still huge? Popular, huh? My goodness, there are some beautiful ceramic pots that you can put in. They take the winters, and they take 10 years off your home. And they're just so pretty and colorful out there. I highly recommend doing that. The other thing is ugly garden art.
Okay, now we're getting subjective. Here we go.
I mean, some people, they put a banner out 10 years ago, and it's still there. It's all faded. Half of it's blown away. Or they put out some cute little squirrel out there, and now that squirrel has no face because it's all
melting in there with age. Another one is silk flowers are turning blue. That's
a definite indication.
That brings your house down, and it describes your taste. You got to be careful with that one. So,
are you talking about me?
Sorry. Okay, so it's okay
now
to
that
remodel.
We've offended everybody.
So it's okay to remodel. I think we need to remodel more often our landscapes to get rid of. You got $1 million house now,
right?
And you got this ugly looking tree. It's time to redo it. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back. Watters Garden companion plants for November are flowering pear, English ivy, camellias, and Vanderwolf pine.
Vanderwolf is related to Arizona pines with fluffy foliage.
It's remarkably resilient in dry Arizona soils.
Makes a graceful specimen in yards or expansive estate landscapes.
This distinctive pine, long, twisted, silver blue needles covering the dense branches.
Carefree and easy to grow.
Shop by store or online at wattersgardencenter.com. I thought I would give you, as we go into the holidays, the history of the holiday plants. Where did the poinsettia tradition, hollies, ivy, mistletoe, Christmas trees, Christmas cactus, where did all this come from? So there's a certain set of plants that we use to kind of mark the celebration. And the most famous of all, it's got to be poinsettias. That's not that new a plant, but it's not that old either. Holly's way older. But poinsettias were found by the very first ambassador from the U.S. to Mexico back in the 1800s, Dr. Joel Roberts Poinsett. He's our ambassador. Saw this. He's also a botanist from South Carolina. He goes down to Mexico representing America, and he finds this plant, a poinsettia. It's in tree form down there. They get huge because they don't die back. It's a tropical plant. So he's down towards Mexico City, further south, and just finds this thing. He starts propagating it at his farm in South Carolina, and he starts giving them as gifts to friends and family. Then he started donating some to public and private botanical gardens because people saw that and went, "Oh, that's beautiful." So it just gained this interest. And then Christmas got a hold of it and went, wow, because they generally go into color about that time. And so the Christian faith kind of turned it into like the Star of Bethlehem. It's got this famous star pattern, red colors, like a beautiful reminder of Christ's shed blood, and the white represents his purity. There's a lot of symbolism involved with poinsettias at the holidays. But Dr. Joel Robert Poinsett, thank you for introducing that plant. Of course, now we have way more than red. We've got whites and pinks. And guys, anytime you see blue, though, that's not real. That's either Instagram changed, AI changed, or they literally will spray paint them with paint. Literally, they're painted blue. They'll take a white poinsettia, spray it blue, and boom, there you go, blue poinsettia. Now, the holly, the Romans and the Greeks, they introduced that one. Romans were big on to goodwill gifts and holly wreaths they would give to friends, family, especially at newlyweds. They give you a wreath of holly. It's a fresh spring foliage. It's got tenacity. It's known as good luck, and it never dies. It's an evergreen. It holds that great foliage right through. And that's why the Romans really took what the Greeks started. And of course, they Romanized it, made it bigger. Mistletoe, kissing under the mistletoe. I mean, that's a holiday tradition. But the Norse are the ones that introduced that one. The mythology of, there was a goddess who used the plant to bring back the memory of her beloved son, who was slain by a weapon crafted by a yew branch. And so who wants to celebrate that? So they evolved eventually over into rebirth and regrowth. And so they started to say that's what it's really all about. So sprig hanging over a baby's bed wards off evil spirits. A young girl who puts one under her pillow, a little sprig under her pillow, inspired to dream about her future husband. Go figure. And then kissing under the mistletoe, that's future happiness, fertility, and quite honestly, who doesn't want more happiness? Let's face it. So that's where mistletoe came from. Yew, that's probably one of the oldest. So it's noted as one of the oldest trees on earth. Now there might be bristlecones. There's a juniper up in California, redwoods. There's a lot of old lived plants, but a yew you can actually wrap your hands around. It's reasonable size. So it's one of the oldest. So the Druids introduced that tradition as everlasting life. They honor it as a sacred plant because of how long it lives. Of course, Europeans, their history, they love it in churchyards because of long life. Plant it once, it's there for many generations. Ivy, on the other hand, it was used as a Christmas plant to ward off evil spirits and bad luck. So it's evergreen, it's got growth all the time. They put it in wreaths quite often with other conifer sprigs because it stays green right through winter. It shows its holiday spirit. And so holly really represents masculinity, and ivy represents femininity. Did I put enough syllables in there? So they've got their representations. And then two others, Christmas trees. Christmas trees, that's probably one of the newer introductions. And so it hasn't always been around. So it's fairly new. So in Germany, the 16th century, German theologian Martin Luther, he actually was heading home from church one night. He was noticing the stars coming through the branches of the evergreens and went, wow, that's very bucolic, very beautiful. I just love the evergreen branches. So when his optimism, of course, he goes, I'm going to cut down a tree in the backyard, bring it in, put some candles on it. It'll remind me of that moment that I was walking home with the stars coming through, that optimism I felt when I was heading home with that. And so it just spread from there and took off. And then in the 20th century, America just, of course, supersized. Add 40 cents, supersized it, boom, there we go. It's all over the world now. So Christmas trees, now they're all plastic. There are all kinds of things going on. So I don't know how many homes were burned down by candles on a cut tree. I'm sure there were some. Christmas cactus. This is from South America. I believe it was Brazilian. It's a legend down there. which is where they grow. So Christmas cactus are a tropical plant from South America. A poor boy was living in the jungle, was praying for a sign of Christmas. Please, don't leave me out. Let me have a sign of Christmas. And come Christmas, he didn't hear anything. Didn't hear anything. Christmas Day comes, and the cactus starts shooting off these unbelievable flowers off the cactus branches, like Christmas cactus is famous for. And that was his answer to prayer out in the jungles of Brazil. That's a great story. And so they've actually got several Christmas cactus. We've got quite a few colors right now. There's Christmas cactus, there's Thanksgiving cactus, and there's Easter cactus. They're all related. Basically, we time them to bloom at the right holidays, change the colors a little bit, but basically they're all the same plant. So that's the history of Christmas plants. And if you want details, the latest garden article, that's what I went deep on. I did a lot of research. I know a lot of this plant history anyway, but it's interesting. Every plant has a backstory. And sometimes we just need to step back and look for it. In fact, I'll try it this next year. I'll try to do more background history. I just know so much history and how plants came to be, who introduced them. A lot of the inventors are still alive. They're getting older, but they're still here with us. And they get up on stage and share stories. It is a hoot to hear them, how they created this new glow-in-the-dark petunia. I mean, I've talked to the guy. It's an amazing story how they did this. Genetics. It's not natural. It's man-made. And I've been in a dark room where hundreds of them were in the room. It's a white petunia that literally blooms in the dark. I'm going to try to grab a few hundred of them for next spring. I probably can only have them come online. We'll see how. I'm trying to secure those now. But we'll try to have these new varieties. And I'll try to share more history of how these plants were created, who named them, how they've come to be, and how they've modified over the years. Fascinating. Plants are just fascinating. It's what I love coming to work every day, doing a radio show an hour-long program every week, even in the winter. I still love it. I just love coming to work and sharing the energy of gardening. It's exciting. Well, we've got to wrap this thing up. We got one more section for you. I've got some detailed tips in that one. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. For luxurious evergreens in the yard, look no further than Watters.
We have a luscious selection of evergreens that look their best in winter, so you can enjoy a beautiful landscape no matter the cold.
Locally grown for stunning appearance and ability to thrive in cold weather.
Perfect for that touch of luxury your neighbors are sure to be jealous of.
Luxurious evergreens at Watters Garden Center in Prescott and wattersgardencenter.com.
Your one-stop shop for evergreens. Visit us today.
So we are coming up on the holidays, and a phenomena happens. So we don't keep our children here. So they graduate from high school. They might go to Yavapai College, like I did. Yeah, class of 83. Go to ASU or all over the world, military. They go and into the world, and they don't come back. And so it's just a phenomenon. We don't have a way to keep our children here, but their parents are still here. And so at the holidays, mainly going to be Mother's Day and Thanksgiving, Christmas this time, we get phone calls and interactions from all over the globe. I am convinced there are Prescottonians, and I say Prescottonians as far as Yavapai Countyans, Chino Valleyans or Prescott Valleyans, whatever. We're all the same. None of us keep our kids. They all go elsewhere. But we get phone calls from all over the world saying, hey, could you send my mom or dad a plant with a gift card? It's a thing. Could you send a gift card? Plant. And so we've been taking phone calls. We gear up for it. We've got extra bodies on hand just to take these calls. We've set up websites so you can digitize it now. So now you can take that you can email it directly to them. They can use it on the online store or in-store physical, either place they work. And to make that magic happen with the database is actually more complicated than you think. Here's the beauty of what AI is doing. It's leveling the playing field. It's where it used to be only big companies had the resources to pull this stuff off, all the technical details, tying in the POS from the brick and mortar into your digital store, which is actually, there's a separation there, that the two databases talking to each other it's a technical feat. Well, with this new technology and the shrinking of the world, you can find talent all over the planet going, I need help with this piece of the website, getting the tax right or the shipping right. Who do I call? I can't find him in Prescott. I can maybe find him in my industry, but I can for sure find him somewhere. So it's really leveled out the field where we can do what the big guys do. In fact, I can almost program it myself because they help supplement your idea and create it for you. Anyway, too much detail. TMI, sorry. This is a show of TMI now in plant history. So sorry. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Where was I going? I derailed myself. So we have gift cards now. We created 3 different holiday cards. So I'm going to try to get a Jewish one too. So we got all the holidays are up. So I got Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. We're trying to expand this. So you pick the style you like. Haven't figured out how to automate or animate it yet. So make it dance for us. I'm close though, almost there. But you can pick your style. You can pick your amount, how much you want it to be for. And not everyone can afford a $500 gift card. So there's every other denomination there, or pick your own. And then you can deliver the date you want it to deliver. So you can pick the exact time and day that you want it to deliver. So if you want it Christmas Day or on Hanukkah, you can make it go right then. And it will be, hey, put your own message. This is amazing. I've been dreaming of this for over 10 years. We finally pulled it off this year. So hopefully, I'm still going to get phone calls from all over the world, but hopefully the website, it'll be prominent where you can just go right on there, get it all going. And I'm all real close to being able to have it go with your plant delivered right to their doorstep, which would be a phenomenon. This technology is it's just absolutely amazing. Throughout the week, Lisa and I camp out here at Watters Garden Center, and we love talking to fans of the show. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Grow extraordinary succulents and cactus indoors.
Watters succulents are easy with lots of shapes, sizes, and colors.
Whether you're looking for a small cactus for an office desk or a huge statement succulent in your living room, we have the perfect plant.
But what are you waiting for? Extraordinary succulents and cactus await you at Watters.
Visit Watters Garden Center in Prescott today or wattersgardencenter.com to find the perfect succulent for your home and office.
For a more fruitful garden, increase success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit wattersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Watters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.